of the studio people.
Oh, absolutely.
Than it is the press.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding?
All right.
I'd say the press gets it about this big, but the studio guys, particularly the studio head.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, meet the director of America's Sweethearts, Joe Roth, the man who left me on the cutting room floor.
Oh, Bobbie, it wasn't
What do you have to say for yourself?
It wasn't you. We were approaching Pearl Harbor length, so I had to make some choices. I'm sorry.
And my 30 seconds made a big difference.
Every 30 seconds makes a big difference in a movie.
Well, here's what I'm telling everybody. Joe, I'm telling everybody that Catherine and John messed up, and so that's why they had to delete the scene.
That's exactly right. And actually, when I showed Julia the rough cut, she was threatened by your performance and said she wouldn't do any publicity unless I took you out. I tried to be upstanding, but I just couldn't resist the pressure.
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, I have spent my entire life saying I'd rather interview an actor than be one. So, but just being on the set, that was a great experience.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
And to see you work so calm. I mean, you're 180 degrees from the studio chief that Stanley Tucci plays.
Yes, but Stanley is sort of the epitome of, if you could see what I was feeling, that's what he was. That's what he was playing.
Have you ever had to push an actor just really hard? I mean, get a little testy to get what you needed?
I mean, as a director?
As a director.
No, not really. I mean, most of the time, most of that gets done by rehearsal and, frankly, in casting. You know, you cast someone who you think is right, and they generally are right, and you can generally work most of it out in a rehearsal period.
You're a former studio chief, Fox and Disney. Now, how are other studio chiefs going to look at this movie, especially Stanley Tucci's performance?
Well, they got two ways to look at it. They can look at it like we're all just having fun, or they can say, oh my God, is that me? And if it is, I'm going to kill him. So I hope it's the former, not the latter.
Did you feel any pressure at all, having been a former studio chief and now you're directing and running your own company? You're still a studio chief. But do you feel more pressure with this film than others?
I feel a lot of pressure with the film because I feel it personally, creatively exposed. See, when you run a studio, you've got 25 movies and you are generally smart enough to figure out the ones that ultimately are going to work or not work, and it's not as much direct pressure. But here, when you're out there yourself, there's nowhere to hide. I feel a great deal of pressure.
Yes, it's directed by Joe Roth.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't think you got a lot to worry about.
No, I appreciate that, Bobbie. I'd still feel better if you were in the picture, but as it is, I'll hold my breath.
Well, you know, it's no big deal to me. Now, if at the last minute you had said, no, we don't want Bobbie to even come to LA, that would have been a disappointment.
No.
But I thoroughly enjoyed my experience there at
Great.
Sony Studios with you.
All right, great. It was
And
great having
Catherine
you
and
there.
John were just terrific.
It's great having you there.
What is going to be your next project to direct?
Well, I don't really know. I have no plans whatsoever. My plans are to promote the movie and go back and run my company, and maybe somewhere along the way another project will come along that says, God, you better go direct this one.
But Joe, you can hire yourself.
I can also fire myself too.
I don't think you need to do that. Is there somebody that you would just love to be able to direct in a movie?
Oh, some actor? Oh my
Yes.
God, there's so many actors. I thought that Haley Joel Osment, when we had him in Sixth Sense, I think he was a marvelous young actor. Oh, the list is too long. Cameron Diaz.
What about Marlon Brando?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm up to that. I don't want to say bad things. I don't know him personally, but he's quite an actor.
That he is, and quite a handful, I understand.
That I don't know.
Joe, thanks so much for the experience of
Thank you,
working
Bobbie.
with you.
And I sincerely apologize for you not being in the picture.
But see, I've joined that grand list, Kevin Costner on down, who was totally eliminated
That's true.
from the Big Chill.
That's true.
Thanks so much, Joe.
Thank you, Bobbie.
Stop tape.